Look at what I found at the thrift shop today. Just kidding. That's a lie. I bought it on eBay. Those of you who aren't familiar, this is an oil rain lamp. They were pretty popular in the 60s and 70s, and as of late, they've become very popular. Grandma, can we look at the cinnamon rain lemonade lady lamp? And very expensive. I have been looking for one of these at a thrift store for over a decade now. But finally, I had made peace with the fact that I was probably never gonna find one of these in a thrift store, and God forbid I did find one at Goodwill, you just know that it would be priced the same as they were priced online. Anyway, I was just perusing through eBay and I came across this listing of one for $200, which again, I know might sound crazy, but if you've ever been in the market for one of these recently, you know that they typically sell for far more than that. Here's basically an identical one for $800. One caveat to this thing is in pretty rough shape right now. First off, this thing needs a really good cleaning. Additionally, on the top here, there's some purple paint. I think that'll be easy enough to get off. While it does have some of the wires still running through it, a lot of it is actually missing and it's also just really dirty and grimy. So I'm gonna pull that out of there, but it's actually just fishing line that you use, so that should be pretty easy to replace. Finally, on the listing, they said that it sounded like the motor worked, but it was untested, so they're not sure if the motor does or does not work. So we may or may not have to replace that. And speaking of electronics, I kind of knew that this was a possibility just with this being such an old piece. A lot of times, especially if it's been stored in garages or places like that over the years, you'll get like mouse bites or just little things on the wiring that makes it not super safe. I did notice on here that overall the wiring looked really good, except for this one piece that they had soldered together. So not trusting that, and I'm just going to completely replace the fixture in here, which is great too, because then we can replace it with something that will be a little more modern. Overall, I definitely have a bit of a road of restoration ahead of me on this, but I am so excited for this. Again, I have wanted one of these for almost 10 years now. With that said, if you have any advice for me in getting started on this project, or if you're just interested in following along, then leave me a comment so that the algorithm can bring you back.